Hello and welcome to a fingernail fixer video. In this video I'm going to show how to use stamping to get specific designs with your foil. The first step to doing this is to have a nail that already has the color and top coat applied and cured with your favorite gel polish. Then come in with a buffer and just simply knock the shine off that top coat. By removing that shine from the top coat, you're going to ensure that the foil only sticks to the part of the design that has been stamped. This will give us our nice crisp lines when it comes to working with the foil. As you can see, there are no more spots of shine on that nail. This means I'm ready to come in and stamp the design with my color of choice. In this case, I'm going to be stamping with C&D Shellac Luxe, and I happen to be using the color Black Cherry. What you stamp with as far as gel polish is completely personal preference. It just needs to be something that the foil will adhere to. Choose the design on your stamping plate of choice and swipe your gel polish down one side of the design, either one or two swipes, whichever it is that you need. Then, using the swiping card that works best for you, go ahead and hold it at about a 45-degree angle with your thumb across the card to keep consistent pressure from side to side. If you need to, go ahead and swipe it a second time to ensure that you have a good clean design on the plate. Part of the trick to stamping with gel polish is that you give it a few seconds on the plate to let the solvents evaporate to gather good pigmentation. The reason I prefer to use the C&D Shellac Luxe for stamping is because since it has a fuller bodied viscosity, it leaves behind a richer color deposit. And that nice rich color deposit is going to be what gives me really crisp lines when I'm stamping that aren't super frustrating because they're really translucent and hard to see. The next trick to successful stamping is going to be using a very gentle pressure with your stamper. This means just gently going onto the plate, whether you use a rolling motion or a pressing motion, ensuring that you pick up your full design because you used a soft touch. Next, your nail that has been buffed to remove the shine is ready to have the stamp applied to it. If you're using a clear stamper, it gives you the advantage of being able to look through the stamper and align the design onto the nail plate. Then gently roll from side to side, making sure that the design is deposited on the nail. It's going to be important at this point that you go ahead and cure so that you'll have the top film for your foil to stick to. I'm going to go ahead and place this in the lamp. It needs to have the full cure. So whichever gel polish it is that you prefer to use for that, you want to make sure that you're pressing it in the lamp for the full amount of time that you would normally cure it. While that's curing, you can have stamped it to all 5 nails, cure it at once, and then get your stamper cleaned off. Make sure you're always using a lint roller or a piece of tape so that your clear stamper stays nice and clear. You can also go ahead and get your stamping plate cleaned off. In this case, since I'm stamping with a gel polish, I can use alcohol to clean the stamping plate off. Using a circular motion will help ensure that all of the gel polish comes out of those nooks and crannies. And now my supplies are cleaned up and ready to go without using a lot of extra time because I have the hand curing anyway. Make sure your card is cleaned off, and then your gel polish should be just about finished curing and ready for you to work with. I have a few pre-cut pieces of transfer foil. In this instance, I thought a gold and silver would be fun, using the gold for the rope of the tassel and then using the silver for the tassel itself. This means I'm going to need a little bit of precision placement with the foil. Set your foil down, rub a little bit, and yank it up to transfer onto that top film sticky surface of your gel polish. Here I want to be really specific, getting down to the strings of those tassels. So I'm going to use an edge of the foil that hasn't been used yet, line it up right where I want it on those tassels, and then press and quickly lift up. So now you'll see we have a really detailed precision placement of the transfer foil. Since all of the above rope is already gold, I don't have to be quite as precise with my silver. I can simply come in and just press and pull away quickly to deposit it onto the top film of that C&D Shellac Luxe. And then we have a very detailed look, even though we're using transfer foil. If you should happen to have some spots where somehow maybe some gel polish went awry and you want to clean it up, you can simply use a small brush, place it in a little bit of your alcohol, shake the brush to remove the excess alcohol, and then gently run it along the nail to remove the gel polish and the foil that you don't want on there. Go in the alcohol, shake off the excess. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and dab it because I'm actually going to go in between the tassels and pick that little bit up right there. And I'm actually kind of scrubbing with the end of that brush because I want that to be their clear definition between the two tassels that it shows in the stamp. And now we have a cleaned up look, and it's going to be more precisely what I want. Because inevitably, sometimes you're going to have a little bit of gel polish left on the plate from your scraping, or sometimes you're just not going to get as perfect of a pickup as you like. So having that little alcohol trick to clean it up makes it really nice for the designs. Now that this is placed, it's ready to go. All we have to do is apply top coat, cure the top coat for the proper amount of time, and you're completely finished with your look. Thanks for joining me to add transfer foil to your stamping design. I hope you have a lot of fun with this in the salon.